Good morning, 8:30 on this beautiful cold day. Morning, guys. We're in the city of Winter Garden today on this Tuesday, October 17th. Currently chilly outside. I think it's like 60-something degrees. Beautiful. Sun is right in my face with you guys, but received a few messages that I have not come out to Winter Garden. Listen, we have so many municipalities throughout Central Florida. It's going to take me at least a year to knock out every city with results one. But I appreciate you guys wanting the truck out in your area. We are in the city limits of Winter Garden. We'll do some unincorporated areas of Winter Gardens also. Our goal today is Tilden Road. So what we've been trying to do, my executive producer Tara and I, is trying to scour different areas of Central Florida to include some of the forums that you guys use. What do I mean by that? I'm meaning the neighborhood apps, the Facebook apps and forums and stuff like that, where you get to go and complain about certain things. Plus, mix that with some of the stuff we cover here in Central Florida. In Tilden Road, you know, we've had the crashes that do occur out there are not minor crashes. It's also a residential road. Something smells really, really good. I'm starving, sorry. This is what happens when we're live. And I'm not scripted. I smell like pizza or something. Really, I'm just hungry. So Tilden Road, obviously residential, middle of Windermere and the Winter Garden area. And the crashes, we've had a few crashing into the pond out here. And so I really wanted to talk a little bit about Tilden Road, have us see it firsthand. We're approaching it right now from County Road 535. And we're going to head west down Tilden, my apologies, Tilden Road. I always say Tyndall because I was stationed at Tyndall Air Force Base, so when I see that there's also a Tyndall Road down in Lake Nona, my apologies. Tilden Road, Tilden, unincorporated Orange County, unincorporated Winter Garden. And the crashes we've seen out here, pretty nasty. Cars ending up in retention ponds, striking curbs at high rates of speed. And people are like, how do these crashes happen? Driver error, 100%. So let's head down Tilden right now from County Road 535. So this is like Windermere, Winter Garden, unincorporated areas. And look, both sides of the road instantly, right where it starts. This is the start of it for the most further eastern portion. Residential, speed limit 35 miles per hour, and we're gonna cruise. So we're cruising down here, 2-lane road. What is on both sides of the road? We have a grass shoulder, we have a sidewalk, we also have these beautiful residential walls. What does this tell us? This is specifically residential driving only, but look at the roadway. The roadway is a nice straight stretch, both north, east, and west. I love seeing people in the dogs. That little chihuahua. Southern tree grower as well. I've never been down this. It's been a long time since I've been over here. Last time I was over here, I was full-time trooper. So 35 mile an hour, we're cruising. Nice and smooth. They even have a nice sign saying slow down. I'm doing 35. It's not registering. 25. We'll even keep going. But hey, nice here in the curb. But everyone is doing a good speed limit. I haven't seen any tailgating yet. I do see some houses that I would definitely purchase if I wanted to live on this side of the county. But as you continue westbound here, there are signage that indicate to even slow your speed even more because of the curvature in the roadway. So we have a 20 mile an hour advisory plus a speed sign saying, hey, this is your speed. You've got a rumble strip. Boom, boom. You feel that? I know you don't feel it, but here goes another one. And then you make your curve. Everyone indicating. So a lot of this roadway, there's nothing wrong with it. I want to be crystal clear here. Zero issues with the roadway out here. It is paved properly. It is marked properly. There are no major issues. There's no dumps, dips, dumps, whatever you want to call it. And the signage is crystal clear. Look at here. Even up ahead here, as we're approaching another curve in the roadway. Nice and smooth. As long as you're doing the speed limit, you won't have any issues. See a tree that's been impacted. So we'll continue westbound here, approaching 429 now. Nothing but residential roadway. And it's rural residential is what we'll call it. West side of Orange County, it is rural. Even as we approach State Road 429, this is the 429 overpass right here in front of us. Construction, lights flashing, heavy equipment, beautiful light bar, by the way. Good job. Who is that? Middlesex Construction, looking good. So there is no space to speed. They don't even allow it out here. Nice four-way stop with a reflective strip, or three-way stop, excuse me, for giving you that heads up. I stop, clear, I'm going. Then the left will go. Orange County deputy there. How you doing, sir? All right, so we're going to keep on cruising. We're still westbound, all residential, whether it's to the west of the truck, you got to park there, or to the north of the truck, it's residents there. So at no point in time out here has the speed broke 45 mile an hour. I've passed a few retention ponds, but at no point have I been in any situation along Tilden that I even had a thought that I should speed. Not one. It is a rural cut-through road through multiple residential areas, 2 lanes the entire time. Most of it, if you look out in front of the truck here, what's the marking? We've talked about the markings on roadways. Double yellow. Most of this entire area is a no passing zone. They've done everything they can to ensure that drivers realize what type of roadway we're on. All right, we're crossing over Avalon, still westbound on Tilden, passing the Godford School, and it's still residential. For early child development, just to give you a little reference of where we're at, passing the Alexander Ridge community, westbound, 45 miles an hour. I have yet to come to an area where speeding would be okay. Now, I see this, and at night, I'm sure this is a ghost town. I used to come out on this side of town a lot when I worked midnights, me and my troopers would, because of the street racing late at night, the aggressive driving. They come out here because it's nothing but residents. Everyone's sleeping. This is the first area where it bumps up to 55, and it's still a 2-lane road. Both north and southbound sides of the road are homes. You've got construction taking place here where the new Avalon Ridge community is coming into play. You've got private residents on the south shoulder. And you do have multiple retention ponds through this area. This roadway is not dangerous. It's the drivers who are really creating an extremely dangerous situation, really. Look at this. This is a rural residential road. It is what it is. I keep saying it, but I have to define it. We're out here at Sanctuary Lane, where it turns into Avalon, and we're going to get turned around because we were patrolling this stretch of Tilden, and obviously now we have left that area. That guy was chomping down on his breakfast. So we're going to get turned around in the next available area. I don't want to pull into someone's complete driveway. I need to move to the west side of the county. This is where it's at. I've been looking for a place to build a property or something, and I'm in love. Wow, but I'm sure it's outrageously priced. So, all right, we're going to get turned around, turn down the street here off of Davenport Road and Avalon. We'll get behind these cars here so that we'll wait in line with everybody. Get turned around. I want to be courteous to everybody who's out here. My gosh, that house is amazing. What am I doing with my life and not having a ranch home that's like out here, right? Okay, So let's go back the other way, and that will bring us our stream time. But what did we see? Let's talk about that real quick before we get back out there. We saw some very clear things. Not a single signage issue. No visual obstructions. No part of Tilden exceeds 45 miles an hour. And 100% of the roadway is residential on both sides. Even if you consider this to be rural Orange County. I don't care what you consider it to be. All rules apply everywhere other than on the property you own. Meaning, if you want to ride around crazy on your acres of property, have at it. Just, I hope that you're safe. But the second you come out here, I don't care what the road looks like to you or what you're used to. These are public used roadways, and you must obey all traffic laws. So we're on the far eastern side where Avalon is the name of the road. We'll cross over Avalon north where it turns into Tilden. I've seen no excuse as to why someone should be speeding out here, but we are going to stop up ahead at one of the one of the retention pond areas, so that we can see where those crashes took place, look at the roadway real quick, and then I could probably tell you what you think I'm going to tell you is the road didn't do anything. Now, I'm not always saying the road is 100% right. Over time, things need to change. Corrections need to happen. If more cars are using the roadway, then maybe we need bigger shoulders, extra signage. That comes into play. But when you're on a road like this that we're on right now, there is zero excuse for the crashes and the driving that we do see out here. And I do think it's a mentality thing. You're out here, you live a very rural type life, you come and go. We do forget about things. Never do I assume or presume, probably be a better word, that someone's driving is intentionally malicious. I don't ever think it is. There are times that I could talk to a driver for maybe 2 or 3 seconds and be like, okay, you're driving like this on purpose because you're just not a nice person. But 99% of the time, it's just we're careless. We're not thinking. We're becoming complacent. And then that channels from my brain to my hands to the car. We need to make sure we're not doing that. All right, we're crossing over Man Road where it turns into Tilden Road. So we're going to continue eastbound here. We're in a 45 mile an hour, 2-lane road, and look what happens. Most of it, 3, 2, 1, 35 miles an hour. And what instantly happens? The road opens up a little bit. We have an eastbound lane and a westbound lane. But there's also multiple parks off here to the right. We have the Foundation Academy that's out here. So this is equally a school zone. You have sidewalks on both sides, indicating that this area was structured for heavy pedestrian traffic. There's nothing but parks and green, beautiful grass out here. To be driving aggressively, you deserve what's coming. We're Bridgewater Middle School, give you a little reference. Everyone coming out here to the 3-way stop. I have not seen one egregious behavior yet when it comes to traffic. I understand that my time is limited to morning drive times out here, and sometimes that plays into what we see. I get it. But looking at what we have, there would be no explanation as to why these crashes are occurring other than poor judgment from a driver. So I'm going to let that Civic go first because we both came about the same time. And now I'll go. Since we both came at the same time, I decided, hey, look, I'm with you guys. I'm in no rush. Waved him through. So then I went. Speed limit's still 35 and active construction. Speeding is doubled. Most fines through here are doubled. Plus, what else is it? No phone zone. You cannot hold anything in your hand. So as we approach this curve at Tilden here, Tilden Place and the Emerald Ridge community, this is where one of those crashes have taken place over the years. You can see that retention pond off into the distance there. And I do want to get turned around a little bit so that we can look at this. There's no excuse. It's a straight road. The road does not even lead to this area. So we're going to get pulled around here on the shoulder. Just so I can get turned around. We'll hang out here for a second so we can check out the roadway a little bit. So within this community, look guys, we just drove Tilden east. We drove it west. I didn't see one egregious behavior from a driver. People were doing the speed limit. People were obeying the stop signs. I'm talking complete stops. So shout out to my Winter Garden residents that are out here. Really appreciate that. There is zero excuse why a nasty crash should happen out here based off of roadway. We've seen signage clearly marked, stop signs overly marked to the point that it is abundantly clear several hundred feet away that there's an approaching stop sign. They've taken reflective metal and placed it on the stop signs. Your roadway markings, the markings physically on the concrete out here are clear as it is day today. And then the speed limits. There is no speed out here that would even get a driver up to a speed to where the crashes would be as devastating as they are from the ones we've seen. So what is my ultimate conclusion? My ultimate conclusion is y'all are driving so recklessly out here that you're killing yourself and hurting yourself for no reason. And like seriously, no reason at all. There's it's a little weird that this would be occurring out here. We're in park, and it's kind of what we're dealing with. So this is what I ask. I ask that you, same thing I ask almost every stream, consciously. Sorry about that, guys. That was loud. Weird audio messenger coming through. I don't know what they're thinking. Anyways, I'm going to ask the same thing that I say all the time. Every live, at some point, this comes out. We are responsible for the actions of our vehicle. We are also responsible to adhere to every single warning that we see. A lot of the stuff that they have out here isn't required, but they have so much extra signage. I ask that you pay attention. I ask that you, if you're not traveling through your, okay, there we go. If you're traveling anywhere, imagine if you lived in Winter Garden off here at Tilden Road and nightly someone was flying through your community that lives in Waterford Lakes. How disrespectful is that? Same thing would apply. If you're that person who drives, I want to curse sometimes so bad, but I know I'd get in trouble. If you're that person who drives so disrespectfully that no one wants to look at you, why would you want that same driver driving in your neighborhood, right? Two wrongs don't make a right. What other expressions? Try wearing someone else's shoes. Put yourselves in their situation. All completely unnecessary. Winter Garden, Tilden, you guys have great traffic management out here. Tilden looks great. The drivers this morning, all driving amazingly. Greatly appreciate it. So I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have an amazing day. Stay warm. It is beautiful outside. And News 6 at 9 starts in about 10 minutes, and I'll catch you guys there. Have an amazing morning, y'all. Please drive safe and be nice to Winter Garden and Tilden Road.